Okay, welcome back to the sixth episode of a fantasy podcast. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing great. How are you, Joe?
Not too bad. Today we're hopping into some rankings. So running back rankings today.
Fun times.
Very fun. This is the most important position, so we figured we'd knock it off first, and not because I haven't done any of my other ones yet.
Totally not.
Totally not.
Running
No.
back is definitely the most vital position in fantasy football.
It is. So I shouldn't have said anything, but
Yeah. No need to.
No need to. Yeah. So we're gonna hop in. For me, at least, my rankings are kind of based on where this is in a vacuum. So this is where I think players should go if I was ranking all the running backs back to back. But obviously in the draft, there's going to be some differences with where I'm taking people based on ADP.
I would
I'm saying?
agree. I feel like my rankings are just kind of like not even how they finish, but how I view them.
Yeah.
Kind of like I don't know, like for example, Kamara, I have him at 6, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that later. And I don't know, he could finish way above that. So
Yeah.
we'll get into that later.
I buried a couple people too.
Yeah, we buried
that
a
I
couple people.
probably would move up closer to the year once we get more information. But you'll see when we get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can hop in.
All right.
Number one is a shocker to everybody. We have
CMC.
Christian McCaffrey, running back for the Carolina Panthers.
I heard he's pretty good at fantasy football and the whole running back thing.
Really?
I don't know.
I just put him there by accident.
Just a hunch. You just liked how the CMC looked.
Yeah, that's actually how I wrote it down in the doc. So yeah.
I mean, lock it in.
Lock it in.
Don't straight up.
Straight up. Yeah, don't trip.
Don't trip.
Don't
like
trip.
no injury concerns. Last year was just a fluke, probably.
Right.
So
Most likely.
we'll move on.
It would just be bad luck.
Yeah.
Number two, very, very similarly, we have Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook.
These are the top two.
Yeah, locked in.
Locked it in.
I mean, Cook might miss a game. He hasn't been the most insanely durable, but he's also not like.
You saw like a full year from him basically last year. They missed
he
like
missed
one or two
he
games.
missed one game, I
Yeah.
think. Whatever.
1.5 games at most.
Whatever. It's fine.
Sure. Not worried about it.
If he's the RB2, I mean, I wouldn't be complaining about one game. So
Right.
we move on.
Yes. Number 3, Derrick Henry.
And another consensus pick here.
So,
I mean,
yes.
just 2,000-yard rusher last year. Absolute workhorse. I don't think that's going to change.
You worry a little bit about the passing, I think, as a PPR
Yeah.
manager, but I don't think
Mhm.
there's a reason to drop him down at all.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't-
He's shown he's an outlier, right?
Yeah, I don't. He sees enough running volume to kind of suppress the need for passing offside. So
Right.
it's kind of crazy how many carries that man sees.
It is. Yeah. Well, this is redraft we're specifically talking about, so don't worry
Yeah,
too much
so-
about his long-term outlook.
yeah,
which is
no,
probably
no
not great.
dynasty here. So
We don't do dynasty
So
yet.
yeah,
Okay, so those
No, no,
first three,
and we're not dogging dynasty.
We are not dogging
We
dynasty.
don't do it.
someday I would
Yeah.
like to join Dynasty League.
Mhm.
With people I know. Okay, so those first 3 picks were our consensus because we
Pretty-
both were 1, 2, 3 on those.
Yeah.
So this one we differ a little bit. I have Kamara at 4. You have him at 6.
Kind of that range. It's kind of a riskier pick in my opinion, but
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Payton ain't dumb. They're gonna use Kamara. Everyone points to the Taysom Hill games, and it's a little concerning. But
Yeah.
if you took him at 4, I wouldn't blame you. But there just seems to be a question, and I don't like there being a question with the top 5 pick like that.
Right. Yeah, it's not my like go-to style to have that kind of like concern, but just like even you saw with like they started running with him again at the end of the year.
Yeah,
like the 6 touchdown game.
It's just, I think that the Taysom Hill thing was slightly overblown. It's
Yeah.
being overblown, but it is definitely different not having Drew Brees there. Like you can't argue that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
So I
He
mean,
definitely gets a little bit of a knockdown.
he could finish 3 or 4. And I wouldn't be surprised. But I have him at 6. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm feeling 4 on
Yeah.
that. But so next we have Zeke. We're both very high on the comeback for Zeke, right?
yeah, I am. I have him at 4.
I have him at 6.
So we flipped them.
We flipped
but-
those two.
I like just the fact that Zeke has seen more volume over his career, whereas Kamara has had to more rely on the efficiency. But obviously, the efficiency has not changed with him. He's a beast. I'm not saying that that's going to change, but I just like being locked more into the volume.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
And
I like it.
don't think he's completely washed. Like the whole narrative, like everything went against him last year.
Yeah, I honestly don't even think he's lost a step at this point.
Like he was RB3 last year with Dak, and then he
Yeah.
went down, and I think the whole
Dak
offense went down.
Yeah. The entire offense really took a hit there, and Zeke still was okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
He looked a little slow, and the fantasy value wasn't there, but I believe in him coming into this year.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Okay, so our next pick would be Nick Chubb. We both came out at consensus 5. Both of us unanimous 5s.
Just lock him in, high end RB1.
Yeah.
If he got the passing down work that would be needed, he could be RB1, like legit one.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you could see that type of work come anyway. He got some targets last year.
Yeah, it was not like that. He's not like Derrick Henry involved, but
Right.
he's definitely not like a Dalvin Cook.
Right. Yeah,
obviously.
no, it's definitely I don't think it's a reason enough to take him like down a tier though.
Yeah,
To be
no,
honest.
definitely not.
I see him like completely like right in that range.
And if the top 3 go and you want to be ultra conservative, I feel like Chubb is the pick because you kind of know what you're getting. But at 4, you'd be overpaying. But
a little bit.
Yeah, but you at least know what you're getting.
If he stays healthy, he will finish there. 100%.
Probably because he was on pace, but then he had
the
Kareem
injury.
Hunt fell,
Still finished really high.
Yeah.
He finished at like number 9 or 10 and missed a bunch of games.
Yeah.
So,
All right. We had number 7.
Jonathan Taylor.
Census Jonathan Taylor.
Yep. We are unanimous on that too.
There doesn't really need much said. I mean, I think he's kind of a riskier pick with the return of Marlon Mack and Nyheim Hines still in being there. I think that he'll get the majority, but I don't know if he sees what we saw at the end of the season. I don't know if I can guarantee that. How about you?
I'm with you. That's why he's not higher for me. If there was like a guarantee of him getting that type of work, he would probably be like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But
if they didn't bring back Mac, I would say that he would have bumped up to 4.
I don't really see Mac as much of. It's probably Hines taking away all the passing work, and then there's also what the fuck is his name? I always forget it. That other dude.
Jordan Wilkins.
Jordan Wilkins is there, right?
Yeah, he's still there. So I mean,
and they brought Mac back, which is
a lot of mouths to feed. Obviously, Taylor will lead the pack, but to what degree we don't know. So
so that's why he's a couple spots below where you might be comfortable taking him.
Yeah.
Next up, we came out as a unanimous number 8 again. Aaron Jones.
I like Aaron Jones a lot this year. Honestly, if Rodgers leaves, fine.
Yeah, really.
He's gonna get work. It's not like, and the Packers' offense won't be abysmal, but obviously it's gonna take a step back.
His touchdown upside would definitely take a big hit without Rodgers.
Yeah,
which is I think the major concern. But I'm comfortable taking him probably in this range. Maybe he drops a spot or 2 down for me.
And I love the fact that Jamal Williams is gone, because even though Dylan will probably take the carries Jamal did command, he's not taking those targets. Those targets will funnel.
Aaron Jones will probably take Jamal's targets.
Yeah,
too, which is really good for a PPR outlook, even with Jordan Love.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, get the ball into your playmakers is usually the goal. So.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, maybe he knocks down a spot or 2 without Rodgers. That's kind of like that's how I see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is at that point.
Even if, like I said, just he's pretty safe. I wouldn't worry about Aaron Jones as being. Falling out of that RB1 tier.
Right.
We can move on.
Yeah, we can. So so I put Antonio Gibson for number 9. You have him at 11.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have Eckler at 11. You have him at 9.
If you switch those, wouldn't really bother me at all. there's the turf toe, which is still lingering, but I don't think that will be a concern by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Or by the start of the year, I should say. But I mean, he's probably more locked into the volume, I would say. But I think Eckler is such a good pass catcher. That's probably why I put him ahead.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you reverse them, I would have no problem with that. There really isn't a big gap there.
Yeah.
And I also think that Gibson does have some upside we don't know about.
Yes, I agree.
So there's that.
Definitely agree. Okay, so we can move on. We can talk about Eckler a little bit.
I feel like Eckler's kind of just there. He's low-end RB1. He's going to get a lot of passing down work. Never really been a high carry guy, but, I mean, who's going to take targets away from him or his touches?
Right.
Justin Jackson? No.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Kind of is what it is there.
Yeah, it's just he's pretty safe in the back end right there.
Yeah, I'm
But
fine with taking him in that range.
Yeah.
Like maybe like beginning of second round.
yeah, beginning of second. I actually would. I don't know. He's RB9 for me.
Yeah.
If you wanted one of the elite receivers and then hope he swings back to you, I'd be okay with that.
Right. Yeah.
Grab a Tyreek Hill and then if you have like, I don't know, 10 or 11, grab Hill or Kelsey or someone like that and then grab Eckler.
Right. Yeah,
okay
I
with
agree with that. I agree with that.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, definitely. I like Austin Eckler. Even I think as an RB2, he offers probably more if you're going like back to back pretty much.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with him.
An Aaron Jones, Austin Eckler duo.
That would
Pretty
be
nice.
that would
Yeah.
be clean. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so next up is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's because I have him at 10. You're at 14.
Mm-hmm.
He comes up as our number 12 consensus. I'm really high on Helaire this year just because I believe in the passing yard. The passing work's going to come. I didn't really see it last year. He didn't have a lot of touchdowns last year. And he's heading into year 2 with this offense. I just don't see a world where he finishes below like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Like I think
he's an Andy Reid running back.
yeah,
So.
his floor like is probably last year, and it was not a
Yeah.
great year for him.
I don't even think that's his floor. I think that's like below his
That's like
floor.
his basement.
Yeah, I think that his floor is 15.
Yes.
I think he's
agree.
probably 15, but he's got a lot of upside.
Oh,
lot.
100%. He's one of those players that you'll take here that could finish top 3.
Yeah,
Like behind
he could
like,
push.
Cook,
Mhm.
CMC if
Yeah.
they stay healthy. He could definitely push for 3.
No Le'Veon Bell mid-year signings, so
Please no.
please no.
Please God.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that was brutal.
That was brutal.
So next up we have another tie, I guess. Let's go with Akers first.
Yeah, so Cam Akers,
Tied
I got him.
Yep.
I personally have him below Barkley, but if you change them because you don't want to take the risk on Barkley, I understand that.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like McVay does like more of a committee approach, but at the same time, he ain't gonna split it with Henderson.
Right.
Akers is the guy.
Yeah, I agree. No, I have Akers at 13, Barkley at 12. I just think that's such a better, I don't know, like it's better to at least give the respect to Barkley, but he
Yeah.
won't be in that range where you're taking them together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just
So
Saquon, just the thing we read today that, he's not 100% sure if he's going to be ready. If he starts on the PUP, then you're down him for 6 weeks. So, yeah, a lot of risk there, I think.
yeah, 100%.
And then even if he comes back week 1, when will we get the real Saquon back?
right.
Week 3 or 4?
Ooh.
Might take him a couple weeks at least to get his feet wet.
Yeah, if he misses training camp is the real problem. Like he's going to be coming in slower, kind of like how they were last year with like no preseason and stuff.
Yeah.
He misses training camp, misses some of like the preseason just to get back in because he really hasn't played football for a year. I'd be concerned. I'd probably drop him down even more.
Yeah,
He's missing more time.
Just if he falls to the second round, I'm grabbing him. Just he is that talented, but
Right.
in the first round, I really don't know if I want that.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, and then so
This might be the running back we disagree on the most.
yeah, and I have him at 15.
I have him at 10.
Yeah, so Najee Harris, rookie running back for Pittsburgh. I just don't believe in the team. It has nothing to do with his talent.
I think that he'll just get fed the ball so much the volume will just push him. Now, I can't say that the line is going to be good. That would be fooling myself. I think he's talented enough, and he'll get enough volume to push RB1 status, but does he push or does he efficient enough with that line? I think he will be, but obviously people disagree, and it's pretty rightfully true.
Yeah, I mean, I see a path where they don't really do so well, and then they're gonna have to start coming back in games.
Yeah,
And I mean, Najee Harris does have enough,
passing work.
passing work.
Yeah,
He has enough passing work ability to be out there a lot, but I just don't really know how. I mean, we saw it with Hilaire last year, right? They literally brought in, like, here's the top running back drafted.
Yeah.
They literally brought in a veteran who was shitty at the, mid-season mark and just.
I get the concerns on Harris. I really do. I'm a little bit higher, but if you are at 15, that's pretty
Yeah.
safe. That's fine. It's not like you're in the 20s.
No,
It's not
I
like
still
you're
would.
saying you're
I would still
bad, but
take him. I see the path. It's just
yeah.
would I take
just
him
have him a
before
little
some of
lower.
these guys?
Yeah.
No, definitely
Mhm.
not.
All right.
All right, we can hop into our next one. Our 15th. I have him at 14. You have him at 16. So consensus 15.
J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins. Oh man. I mean, there's a lot you can say about this offense. I feel like I'm out based on ADP, unfortunately, but I mean I still see him as a really good player.
I would agree. He's just kind of a player I never really take.
Yeah, just
I-
based on ADP.
Yeah, I
It's
just
not that I don't
never-
believe in him.
yeah.
But
I just feel like he goes a little too high, and is he gonna get most of the work? I don't know if he probably gets like 60 or 70%, but
right.
they brought back Gus Edwards, and obviously he is their goal line back, and he is, pretty good.
He's gonna take
as
work.
that one cut guy. So.
Yeah, and Dobbins' touchdown upside is really stunted by Lamar.
Yeah, and then the passing work
And the
upside
passing
is
work-
also kind of stunted.
Yeah, there's not
from
going to be
Lamar.
dump offs to Dobbins. Like as
So-
awesome as it'd be, because he's a really good pass
Yeah.
catcher. That was talked about a lot when he went there.
Yeah.
They really didn't. They didn't need a pass catching back, but
Yeah.
he's a really good talent. He's tied to
It's
this really good
just-
offense and offensive line and running game.
It's just kind of where he's going is where we don't really love him.
Yeah, he's going a little too high.
Yeah.
Like if I can get it at, so I have Antonio Gibson and LA at 9 and 10 for my own rankings. Those three are usually all available together. LA, Gibson and J.K. Dobbins, and I just don't really.
Yeah.
I'm not really making that pick for Dobbins over those guys.
I would totally agree.
Yeah. Okay, we can move on to our next one. We have Chris Carson.
Chris Carson, man, just kind of like not a boring RB2, but you kind of know what you're going to get. You're going to get pretty decent to steady RB2 with some RB1 upside that will get hurt.
Yeah.
Just
So
kind of is what it is.
he will probably end up like a decent RB2.
Yeah.
But unless it depends how long he gets injured, right? Because if he's
Yeah.
if he goes and gets injured for, like 6 weeks, 7 weeks, then it's a different story.
Yeah.
But
It might, if it's just a 1 or 2 week thing, then you can deal with that at your RB2.
yes,
Just kind
definitely.
of, if you add a Chris Carson, maybe bring in or draft like a David Johnson.
Yeah.
Someone you could just throw in on a pinch just in case he is hurt, or not just in case, when he does get hurt.
It's almost a guarantee.
Yeah,
is what we're
so
saying.
just have a backup plan.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Other than that, I think he's a good value there, where he's going.
I would agree. Yeah, I really like him in the 4th round. Obviously, like his injury risk is baked in there, so it's probably fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can move on to a player we're both not very excited about this year.
Fuck you, Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon. I just you have
Yeah.
personal beef with him, right?
So I drafted him last year.
I
He sucked.
Just don't see it. I
Like,
don't know why he's so high again.
Every year, it's he's gonna get incredible volume, and he did get incredible volume last year. He was seeing like 21 touches a game, and he was
Right.
still not doing that well.
He wasn't doing good with it.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
mean-
improve the line that much.
They they took who they took in the 1st round instead of an probably a possible all-pro offensive
Jamar
lineman.
Chase is probably going to be an elite receiver, but man, you had Penei Sewell just sitting there. You could just have him protect Joe Burrow for the next 10 years. No.
Yeah.
And you have T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. It's not like you have scrubs at receiver,
Not at all. No, here's the thing though.
but whatever. They did that.
They don't have Gio Bernard, so it becomes a little interesting.
Yeah, but still.
I mean, just at running back 17 and 18 for us,
If
he's not worth it.
If he falls to there, then I'd take him.
Yes.
But we have him at 17, 18. Most people probably have him up at 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, that's like the range he's going. He's going like the early mid-second round, right?
I mean, if he's ahead of that Montgomery tier, if he's still there in like the 4th,
Right.
I'll take him.
That's fine for me too.
But it's just, I feel like you're overpaying. I don't like Joe Mixon. It's personal.
No, it's personal because I had him 2 years ago too,
It just screwed me.
and he really did. But like, I just don't see it's not a good offense. They're gonna be passing a lot. Maybe he gets some dump offs from Burrow, who's a mobile quarterback too. He can also
Yeah.
take it and run. But
I just don't see it.
I don't see the path to him being anything
Last
other than
year
an
was
RB2.
Supposed to be the breakout, and it definitely didn't come. And I don't think it's going to be this year.
Nope.
So
Yeah, I would agree. RB2.
if I totally miss on him, whatever.
I don't care if I miss on
Yeah,
him.
I
I'm
really don't.
comfortable. I'm comfortable not taking the
Yeah.
risk. Next up,
DeAndre Swift.
You got DeAndre Swift at number 18. I have him at 16. You're at 20. Yeah.
This more just speaks to not DeAndre Swift, but the Lions.
Yeah, the team is concerning. I mean, I have him up here just because I think he'll finish better than all the players that come after that we're going to talk about.
I feel like that he might finish over my projection at 20. But here's the thing. It's going to be so inconsistent. I feel not so inconsistent, but he's still got Jamal Williams there. Anthony Lynn loves to use multiple running backs, even though DeAndre Swift's probably much more talented, but whatever.
He is. Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't get it.
My thing with DeAndre Swift is just the talent is there. He's with that what is the dude's name? What's their coach? Is it like
Oh God, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell. That dude wants to run the football is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, probably. You're probably not wrong there.
Gives me a Rex Ryan type of vibe.
Yeah, the volume probably will push him there, but
yeah.
I don't like him.
Which is this is why I see Najee and DeAndre Swift back to back at 15 and 16.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're going to be on teams with bad lines, bad offenses, and then as a result are just going to get volume and end up kind of like an RB2.
I just like the Steelers probably just more as a team than you. So that's probably
their defense is good.
Their defense is very good.
Yes,
I will admit that.
We can move on to our next one.
Bills Steelers week 1. Bills lock.
That's a lock for the Bills. Fuck your 11-0. That shit was fake as hell, by the way. David Montgomery at number 19.
David Montgomery is very boring to me, but he'll get the job done as a low end RB2. That's the way I see it.
Every time I watch him play, he's stumbling to get 3 yards.
He had that 80-yard run against the Texans.
Yeah.
Does that count, though? It's against the Texans.
It doesn't. That's the thing. I mean, he went off in a really easy schedule last year, got all the work, got all the passing work because of Tariq Cohen being out. I mean, Cohen, there was a report today that he might be late in getting back this year, which is a good thing for Montgomery. He'll get all the passing work again probably, even though they picked up Damian Harris, right?
Not Damian Harris. Damian Williams.
Williams.
You had it. Damian. Damian.
But, generic last name.
Kind of a boring running back to me. He's going kind of right where you expect him to go.
Yes.
If you need a running back, grab him. But, I mean, if, you got 2 running backs, 2 receivers, you're not spending your pick on him as your flex. No. Especially with who's there, CD, you got players like that, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson. Just if he's more of a pick of necessity than anything.
That's right. Yeah.
And besides, I have him finishing probably above Gaskin, but I think that Gaskin's got much more upside. So
yes,
a little more risk, but
I would agree.
Upside.
He's safer, which is why I have him a spot above.
Yeah.
Next up, speak of the devil,
Gaskin.
Our boy Gaskin, Myles Gaskin. Both at 21 for us.
Yeah,
and he
21.
He finishes at 20 for some reason. I don't know math.
I don't know math.
No, but so yes. I mean, he's on a. I'm struggling. I'm doing 3 things at once.
No, I got this. So Gaskin kind of was a surprise last year. He kind of came on. Definitely going to be much more valuable in a PPR league. He's got the passing work upside. It's just going to be that thing of will Savon Ahmed take those carries away from him? Because I don't think that he'll lose touches to Ahmed in the passing game.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. I think the big thing for me is just how is this offense going to work, with Tua? Because you're not going to see – we saw Gaskin a lot, I think, with Fitzpatrick, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that he was a little – giving you more gains at that point.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends on how this offense is running. He has the job. He should be locked in and fine.
I like Gaskin here a lot. Where he's going, I like him.
I like him too, yeah. He's right in that range that just feels, it feels right. So
no overdraft, no under, just kind of perfect there.
I'm all right. We'll see on him. Next up, Josh Jacobs at number 21 for us.
Fuck you, Josh Jacobs. Fucking hate you too, piece of shit.
I got him at 19. Jay has him at 24.
I buried him. He's probably gonna do better than that, but
yeah, I mean,
I buried him.
Last year he finishes the RB8,
but it just felt so gross.
It felt gross because for at least the first game he went off, right? He had like
Yeah,
40 points.
Like 30. I think he had 35.
In your I think he had 40 in mine or some shit. It was crazy. He had like the RB1 finish week 1 or something like that. It was RB1 or 2.
It was like 2 because I remember because I had McCaffrey too. So he was like 1.
Okay, so he had a amazing week 1,
Yeah.
so everyone was super hyped, and then the rest of the way it was just kind of like
Just kind of David Montgomery.
he did get hurt for a game or two, and then he told his fantasy managers
to fuck off.
Basically. Yeah,
It's kind of rude.
it was rude. I think it's
But
because he probably
whatever.
gets a lot of shit on social media.
I would never give them shit. They're playing football. Don't give them shit.
Yeah,
But,
like don't comment on their shit.
Okay, like
we'll talk shit about him on our platform, right?
You can be pissed, like, oh, he fucking sucked and he didn't give me points, but don't be going on his Instagram. Come on, man.
Don't DM him. Don't comment on his shit. But that was kind of an asshole move.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't like that.
Don't really need that here.
Yeah, but I have him at 19. I just think, I don't know.
I'm worried about Kenyon Drake and John Green being a dumbass and not beating Josh Jacobs. So
he's another running back that just hasn't gotten the passing work and is a good pass catcher.
And they always say like, "Oh, we're gonna get him more involved," and they never
don't.
do. Even though literally all you gotta do is do a screen to him, and then he's literally just a running back.
Right.
It makes no sense. It's not like he can't catch a football.
He's a good pass catcher in college.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's stupid. Okay, but next up to someone I buried, Miles Sanders. I have him at 25. You have him at 19. Talk us through why you have him up there.
I didn't want to do him that bad. I don't even like Miles Sanders. How did he get the 19 above him? Oh shit! I got Gaskin above him or below him.
Jesus.
Well, that's wrong.
Your rankings suck.
Yeah, I guess they do. Because Miles Sanders is dog shit.
He's
dog.
He's
but
okay, but the Eagles just never
what's it called?
used him right.
I don't like that they brought in Kerryon Johnson. They brought in Kenneth Gainwell. They brought in a lot of competition for him.
Yes.
I mean, he's not going to see the number 1 job, but there's going to be, I think that's more catches taken away from him.
Oh, 100%. He's probably going to be like in a first, second down role.
And people might say, oh, he's got Jalen Hurts, so maybe some more read options. I think of it as less red zone opportunities.
Yes.
Where Jalen will keep the ball.
Less dump offs.
Yeah. He's kind of another boring RB2, but he's even riskier than a Montgomery because you don't know the volume will be there necessarily.
Yep. I took him even out of my RB2 range. He's at 25. So heading up my RB3s. If he drops to the 5th round, I'll take him. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to see enough work, but
I'm just out. I don't even believe in the work that much. It's a new coach. They have nothing invested in him. I could see them using Gainwell.
What's it called? It seems like they're trying to make, since that guy came from the Colts, Nick Sirianni.
Yes.
It seems like they're building that Taylor, Hines, Wilkins backfield.
Gross.
Which is just, don't do that to fantasy managers. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, I get it from a real life perspective.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably better in real life.
But yes.
But don't come on.
Number 23, my 24th, your 22nd. Mike Davis. Our boy from...
Save my season.
Yes,
CMC died.
CMC was pretty much missing in action after like week 2.
I can't believe I had CMC, Mixon, and Josh Jacobs.
That's tough.
Anyway, Mike Davis, kind of just another boring RB2.
Yes.
I mean, he has no competition for touches in Atlanta. I mean, he's a competent enough passing down running back. I mean, I like him here at 22, but I mean, I wouldn't expect anything. His upside to me is 18. Yes. 17, 18.
I agree. I like where he's going, though, in drafts.
Yeah. He's going...
around pick 100 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a little...
He's going near that Kareem Hunt tier. But he's going further than Kareem Hunt. Like, further behind.
He's in that tier, you're saying?
He's, like, not in Kareem Hunt's tier, but he's, like, right below
He's right there.
Yeah.
Which is way better value than getting Kareem Hunt.
Who is next in our rankings? Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. No, just to finish up Mike Davis. I like Mike Davis. You can get him in like the 8th, 9th round-ish. You can even take him around before. He will return value on that.
Yeah. If you do the whole weight on RB2, yeah.
Yes, he's worth having. He would, at very worst, be a good flex play.
Yeah.
At the worst. Okay, Kareem Hunt. Kicking it with Kareem, am I right?
Oh,
Oh,
my
Jesus.
God,
Oh,
no.
Jesus.
He's just I I mean I have him at 25, more of an RB3 to me.
Yeah.
But he's a great RB3. Don't get that wrong. It's nice depth to have on your bench.
I'm
To me.
comfortable having him as an RB2 on a team I completely punt
Yeah.
my RB2 spot, and like I'm in the 5th round and I'm like, okay, who's on the board?
You got like a team that's built like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, he'll get work. He'll get some passing work. He will get touchdowns. He had a lot of touchdowns last year, so he probably doesn't see the
Yeah.
exact same fantasy finish. But I could definitely see him finishing in the RB2 range for
Yeah,
sure.
20. Probably 20 or something like that.
20-ish. His ceiling's probably around there too, but his floor's pretty close.
Yeah, I just kind of another guy, you know.
Yeah,
He's
20
there.
to 24 range, along with like Mike
Mhm.
Davis. It just kind of depends if you want like the one on the team or
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat.
All right, next we have Travis Etienne,
Yep.
rookie in Jacksonville, and I have him 23.
Okay,
I'm a
and
little bit higher on him.
I'm at
than you.
26.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I have him a bit higher is the draft capital. You
Right.
don't take him in the first round and not use him. I feel like at best he's probably gonna finish in like an 18 range, 17,
Yeah.
18, because it'll be kind of like a Kamara Ingram thing. But I don't believe in Urban Meyer. But I also believe that Trevor Lawrence, when in doubt, it's gonna go to ETN just because of that chemistry.
Yes.
So I have him there. If you completely punt at running back and you need an RB2, I wouldn't feel really comfortable, but I think he could service there.
Yeah, he's someone I'd rather have on my bench for the first
Yeah,
couple of weeks if I
definitely.
take him. But he's not someone I target, especially with the next player we're talking about coming up, because there's better value,
Yeah.
better opportunity probably.
Probably.
So next up is Javonte Williams.
Javonte.
He's going a couple rounds later than ETN, and it looks like he has a better lock on the job at this
Yeah.
point.
It just seems like they want to cut ties from Melvin Gordon.
Yeah,
You know,
he has
the
1 year
whole
left on his deal.
DUI thing.
The
And
DUI just seemed last year like it was not working.
yeah, it just seems like they want to move in a different direction. And I have him at 28, but with the news of like him probably getting more of the touches, he'll probably move up my rankings.
Yeah, I have him at 23 right now. We'll see when it gets closer to the year how I'm feeling. I really like taking him in, like the 6th round though, especially as my RB3. Can put him on the bench.
Yeah.
I really like that pick. Next up, Damian Harris.
We have a consensus.
We have a unanimous 27, and Damian Harris is my guy. Don't get me wrong. I didn't put him down here for no reason. I just don't really believe in this offense too much.
Would really love if Mac Jones won the job.
Yes, that would give. So the real problem with Damian Harris here is Cam Newton will take away a lot of touchdown upside. They weren't really throwing to him last year, and he finished okay, but it just wasn't super it wasn't like high scoring games. It was like a lot. He will give you 10 points a game.
He was giving you like those 15 carry, 80-yard games.
Yes, like consistently.
No catches though.
No catches, no touchdowns, and that's just because of the offense he's in. I think if they get Mac Jones going, where they can dump it off to the running back or do some screens and have him be the goal line back instead of fucking Rex Burkhead.
Thank God he's going.
Thank God. I mean, Sony Michel is there, which is Jesus Christ.
If he can't beat out Sony Michel, he's got other problems.
Yes. No, he will. He's definitely locked in as the one on the team. The reason he's down at 27 is not because of his talent. It's just because of New England.
Lack of touchdown opportunity. That's it for me.
Yeah, and, and passing work.
If Newton were to not be there, not be the starter, he'd be 22, probably 20.
Oh,
21.
100%. I'd put him at least probably like 20-ish.
Yeah.
That range, which I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, 28. We have Raheem Mostert.
You have him at 31. I have him at 26. I'm a bit higher on Mostert.
It's not because he's not talented.
Yeah, I just need to start by saying that he will get hurt. You shouldn't rely on him in any way.
Yes.
But he's nice guy for a couple weeks. I mean, if he's not going to be out the entire year, I mean, him as your RB3, I think you can do much worse.
Yeah. The reason he's down here is only because of his injury. He is probably between RB like 12 and 20 range.
Yeah.
If he's not, hurt all the time, and he just is.
It's just one of those things. Like, if you got a running back like Chris Carson, of course that's 2 injury-prone dudes.
Jesus, I would not
But
do that.
You'd be playing fantasy roulette with those two.
You just hope they get injured opposite
Yeah,
each other.
but I don't know.
No, I
It's
like
kind of one of those things.
love Mostert, love this offense. It's just what's in the water in San Fran? You know what I mean?
They always get hurt.
Everyone always gets hurt.
Debo
always gets hurt.
Kittle.
Every single running back, Kittle got hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt.
Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa got hurt.
Ford.
Everyone gets hurt.
Everyone gets hurt.
It's
and
ridiculous.
Didn't Sherman get hurt the one year?
Yes.
Yeah. So many
Somehow
injuries.
Jason Verrett is there and did not get hurt last year.
Too bad Jason Verrett got toasted by Stephon Diggs.
Exactly.
On Monday Night Football.
He sucks.
Nah, Diggs is just that good.
Diggs is just that good.
Sorry, Jason Verrett.
I will not put money down on Jason Verrett though. Okay.
Sorry.
David Johnson is our RB29, and it feels disgusting.
But he's gonna get that work.
Yeah, he will.
Probably get that work.
He will.
I can't picture Mark Ingram beating him.
I mean, he was pretty good last year, but the real reason that is because the offense was going through Deshaun Watson, and that is just not the case anymore.
Yeah.
He likely has Tyrod Taylor, who isn't a very big dump off type of quarterback. The offense is going to be a lot more inefficient, less touchdown upside for David Johnson this year.
David Johnson, really just a bye week fill-in for me.
Yes.
He'll get 12 to 15 totes, maybe 2 or 3 catches, and you pray to God he gets into the end zone.
Yeah, you hope he takes it down the field.
That's
You hope he makes it more than 5 yards down the field because he's kind of slow.
Garbage time.
Garbage time.
Gotta get that garbage time touchdown.
Yeah, that's what you hope for. I mean, I think
that's all I see.
In the end, he probably finishes as like either a really low RB2 or somewhere, in this range where we have him. I'm at 30 or at 29. I see him in that area, but it's really not going to be anything spectacular.
Yeah, it's just I see no upside.
Yes.
But I also see no garage. It's just kind of there.
It's in the middle. Yeah.
It's in the middle. It's just there. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. We can move
Not someone
on.
you're excited about, though. Chase Edmonds is our running back 30 for the Arizona Cardinals.
I am at 30 when you got 29. Just kind of, obviously, much more of a PPR option. But I think everyone plays PPR by now. But
yes, don't play standard.
Just he's got no real rushing upside, and obviously he's attached to Kyler Murray, so he'll dump it to him. But
yeah, there's a world where he gets like 7-8 carries a game, maybe like 4 or 5 catches a game. Maybe he takes, he gets some yards in both, gets a touchdown. If he gets you that, like every week, he ends up with 14, 15 points. You're very happy with where he's going in drafts. I just don't really see, I don't see the path for him to have any breakout, I guess.
It would take an injury to James Conner.
Yeah, to really give him all the work there.
Yeah.
They're just going to eat into each other's work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So 31, we're very split on Ronald Jones. I have him at 28. You have him at 35.
Yeah. But to be fair, I have that whole backfield kind of back, so I have Fournette at 37. So if you had to take one of them, it would be Ronald Jones.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
He just look at the way he runs. It just looks better than Fournette. I'm sorry.
Fournette just bobbles around and shit. It's just never a pretty sight.
Yeah, I think that people are really just riding playoff Lenny, and I don't think that's going to be the thing this year. I think it's going to be Ronald Jones if you want one of the running backs.
Yeah, he could definitely give you some RB2 weeks, RB1 weeks, maybe if he gets another 100-yard touchdown. Was that him?
Yeah, it was against me.
Oh, tough.
Don't worry, I got blown out that week, so I really wasn't that pissed. So whatever.
All right. Yeah, you're chilling.
Ronald Jones.
It was in the past.
I like Ronald Jones. I don't even hate the guy.
No, he's good. He just can't catch the ball.
He just gets screwed. Why did they just
Bruce Arians?
Yeah. What does he have against Ronald Jones?
The thing is, I think he tends to just Ronald Jones drops the ball a lot, and he tends to just take people out after their first mistake.
Yeah, I don't get that.
All right, Lenny, get in there.
Lenny, who really isn't any better, probably worse.
He's worse. He's worse for your team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ronald Jones, I'm comfortable taking him where he's going, but he's not someone I'm really targeting just because of the wide receivers in that range. That's kind of how it is for a lot of these guys down here, though. It's more necessity than anything.
Mm-hmm.
32, we have James Robinson. Our consensus and unanimous is 32.
James Robinson just kind of Kind of like a David Johnson, the way I see it.
Yeah.
Might see
No,
a
he's
little
better,
more
though.
work. Yeah, might see a little more work in the beginning of the season, just because they might want to wait to get ETN really involved. But I mean, by end of season, I don't know if he'll be much of anything because I think ETN is just primed to take that job from him.
Yeah, I mean, this is more based on where he'll end up at the end of the year than like his first few weeks.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of baked into his draft price that he's going to be the starter at the beginning of the year. It's just how long does he hold on to that job?
Yeah.
And do I really want to take a player that I know his value is going to go down over the course of the year? Not really. That's why he's at 32 for me.
If you add him later in the draft, has first couple good weeks, trade him, because I think that's really the only time you're going to get real value.
Right. Don't draft to trade, though.
Yeah, it's not really a great idea.
No, it's not smart.
But, I mean, if you want to roll the dice, life's a gamble.
You. Zach Moss is our running back 33. I have him at 34. You have him at 30.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, I think that he'll eventually. I think they really want him to win the job over Singletary. Doesn't that
they
just
do.
feel like that?
He's just so slow, though.
Yeah, like, I mean, he's slow, but I can't even describe it. It's like once he gets up to speed, I feel like he's okay, like 10 to 15 yards.
Yeah, is it just like slow acceleration?
Like slow getting up, slow acceleration.
Yeah, I just don't really believe in Zach Moss. I believe in Devin Singletary a lot more. He's a lot better player.
Yeah, they misuse Singletary.
If they use Singletary right, he would be a top running back for sure. Not it does, like maybe like top 15.
I think that he'd be like top 20. Maybe like 20.
Yeah, but he's still way below that now. If they use him right, then
I don't get how they use running backs. I don't know if they know how to use their running backs.
They don't.
You know who their running back is? Josh.
Yeah,
Josh is their
Josh
running
Allen
back.
is the running back for the Buffalo Bills.
Just carries the ball, throws the
ball,
just does everything.
Brian Dable does not know how to use a running back right.
Which is amazing because he's such a savant at receiver routes.
It's terrible. It's
get
so
it.
confusing. I mean, it gets you to the AFC Championship. It gets you to the AFC Championship.
Yeah.
But we want to go to a Super Bowl. Get a running game going,
We
bro.
got to the AFC Championship, and we were like, how do we run the football?
You know how they just abandoned the running game in the playoffs?
Yeah, like it didn't. Well, the running game was literally Josh right up the middle. I love how team.
draw.
I just love this. It was against the Colts, especially. Man, play action works so much. And it's like, why do you think that they're gonna run the ball?
Why are they guarding us?
Remember, they didn't run the ball in the Colts game until the second quarter.
Yes.
He threw it was like 20 plays, and then they finally ran the ball.
Because that's because our running game is awful.
It's dog shit, and we can move on.
James Conner is our RB 34. I've got him at 35. You got him at 33. Not an exciting player. He looks slow. He looks bad. He's on a new team that probably doesn't really care what happens to him.
At best, he fills the Kenyon Drake role from last year.
But, I mean, he won't do it as well.
Yeah, he won't do it as
well.
well.
So there's a world where he finishes like at RB 24, 25-ish.
I think
this is ceiling.
Actually could finish in the top 20, but be 20, and he would need insane touchdown luck.
He would need like 15 touchdowns.
He would need a lot of touchdowns.
Yes, it would be ridiculous. So we're not really too excited about him, especially where he's going. I'd rather have some of the wide receivers in that range. 35, we have Melvin Gordon. It feels weird because he had such a good year last year, at least for me. But I just really see the path where the team just wants to move on.
Yeah,
we talked about this.
We already talked about this. There's little to no upside. It feels like that at best it was going to be a guy that you drafted for the first couple of weeks, and then he'd kind of lose value over the year. Now it just feels like he won't have value to begin the year.
Right. I agree. And I honestly, I could move him up in my rankings and I'd be fine with it. But he's going way higher than it would even constitute me moving him to 30. He's going at like RB 20.
He's going he's going before Damian Harris.
Yeah, he's going way up there. And
so
there's just no way in hell I'm taking Melvin Gordon.
Yeah.
Is what I have to no matter how far I move him up. 37 may be low, but okay. 36, Michael Carter.
I'm a little lower on him.
I got him at 33.
But I mean, he's got the upside to take that backfield.
He will after the first few weeks. I'm pretty certain. There's coming out of camp. There's a lot of reports there that it's not camp. Coming out of OTAs and stuff. A lot of reports that he's getting a lot of work, looking really good. They invested a little bit in him, and
Something to
new
just
coach.
monitor.
Yeah, new coach, new system, new whatever there.
As training camp unfolds, we'll probably get more and sight into this backfield.
Yeah.
I think at worst he's the passing down guy to Tevon Coleman week 1.
Oh,
At worst.
100%. Yeah, and Coleman will probably get hurt too. That's
Yeah.
just how it goes.
That's
Maybe
just
the
the
water,
vibe.
the water in New York City / no, not New York City. The water in New Jersey is probably just like that, like that San Francisco water. So, I mean, if Tevin Coleman goes down, he goes down, right?
Yeah.
It is what it is. I believe in Michael Carter this year, though.
Yeah, Michael Carter could deliver some serious value, especially where you can get him.
Yes. And next up, we have A.J. Dillon.
A.J. Dillon, I like him a lot more if Aaron Rodgers leaves.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny to say, but I think that they're going to become a more running team
Yeah.
if he leaves. Because I don't know if they want to throw Jordan Love to the Wolves. Like, I don't know. It feels like they're not going to throw as much. Why would
Right.
you?
Yeah. I'm
It's
with
not,
that.
It's not like they have elite wide receivers out of Devontae Adams. So, I mean, if the carries go up, yeah, he's kind of a late round ad. You never know.
Yeah.
But I don't even think he's an RB2 if it's all said and done. He's probably more of an RB3.
I agree.
Desperate flex play
Desperate.
because he doesn't really deliver much PPR value either, so
Right.
it's kind of that's that.
Yeah, it's a little rough. Okay. So who's next? Fuck.
We actually skipped playoff Lenny, but I'm okay with that because that
Did
guy
we?
sucks. He's
Yeah.
horrible.
There's not much to say. He's going way too high.
He's going way too
He
high.
is our RB37, in case you were wondering, though.
Fuck him.
Do we have Trey Sermon on here?
Shit, we
I-
don't.
I definitely ranked him.
We don't have him, but he should be in the James Robinson tier, like 32-ish, maybe even a bit higher.
I think I had him back to back with Mostert. I don't know where he went. That's tough.
But let's talk about Trey Sermon for a minute. I
Yes.
mean, I would have him more in 30, 32 range. Probably, Actually,
Yeah.
probably a little bit higher. 28.
Yeah,
28 is probably where I would have him.
I'd
Right next
probably
to
have him-
Javonte.
I'd have him a little down. Maybe just because Javonte has a clear path to the RB1 on his
Yeah.
team. I don't really see that for Sermon, barring injury, which we do like to bet on with Mostert.
Yeah.
But,
But we
like,
still have some people there.
There's got some people there. Jeff Wilson will be back in week 8-ish, which will probably mean, he'll be back full go in
Yeah.
week 8. Wayne Gallman's there, so that would be a split backfield probably with Gallman. You know how they like to use their running backs. So it's one of those things. Trey Sermon probably like RB30-ish for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just in that range, kind of next to like David Johnson, Chase Edmonds, Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
Not because he's not more talented, but just because opportunity.
Totally get that. So we can move on.
Gus Edwards is our 39.
Yes, Gus the Bus.
Gus the Bus.
Kind of just a late round ad for me. Kind of like A.J. Dillon. I mean, I wouldn't say he's too much like A.J. Dillon, actually. But he fills that, kind of second tier role on the team as, the next running back. But he receives enough work where you're interested, but you're not oh, man, I'm going to start this guy.
I see him as a value where he's going. You can get him for free pretty much at the end of your draft.
I mean, if J.K. Dobbins went down, then holy shit.
Yeah, then he comes into that role.
I mean,
pretty much.
It's kind of another bruiser, not really offering much in the receiving department. But,
Yeah.
I mean, the Ravens run the ball a shit ton.
They don't
Can't
really
imagine
pass to
that's
their
changing.
running backs anyway.
Yeah, can't imagine that's changing. So
No, but he's definitely a good player. Definitely good. If you need a running back at the end of your bench who might give you, between 7 and 12 points a game probably.
Yeah.
A lot of touchdown upside with him actually.
yeah, big goal line guy.
Yep. Okay, number 40 we have Kenyon Drake. We're not excited about him. We'll keep it short, keep it sweet. I have him at 36. You're at 42. 36 seems generous, but he finished well last year.
Yeah.
Not for where he was going, but he still has it. It's just not the opportunity isn't really there.
Yeah, just kind of got Josh Jacobs there, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, I think
see.
that they brought him in with a purpose to use him.
100%. I think
And
at
I don't know
worst,
how it'll work out.
I mean, they did cut their entire offensive line or trade it away,
Mm-hmm.
which just sucks for Kenyon Drake and Josh Jacobs. It's another reason why I have Jacob so low. I don't know if we mentioned that. I think it was a brief sentence about it earlier.
Yeah.
I think I brought it up, but yeah, we're not really feeling Kenyon Drake here.
I don't feel the Raiders in general.
No, they
Other
suck.
than Darren Waller and kind of Henry Ruggs.
I like Henry Ruggs' late round shot.
And then James Brown. John Brown as a nice
Smoke.
late round receiver. That's not horrible, but we'll get
Yeah.
into the receivers later. Next, we have Devin Singletary.
Buffalo Bill, number 41 for our rankings. I've got him at 40. We have him at 39. And he's a great talent, but it just never really has looked so great in Buffalo for him.
It just feels like they're getting that backfield of Moss.
Yes.
It just doesn't feel like he feels like the outsider.
Oh, 100%. Even though he's probably a better talent.
I don't just kind of move on.
Yes. Number 42, Latavius Murray. I'm at 41. You have him I'm at 44. You have him at 41. He will get some work. He did last year, especially when Drew Brees went down.
Yeah, compliment back to Kamara, really.
Yeah, it's kind of the same situation they had with him and Ingram, like when Kamara first came in the league. So I mean Murray, he's definitely gonna give you some points. It's kind of the same situation with Gus Edwards. Gonna give you maybe like
7 to 10.
I think his maybe like 4 to 10. You know what I'm saying?
You just don't know what we're gonna get.
Little less guaranteed work
because of the offense changing. Because I don't know what direction this offense is gonna go.
He
better involve Alvin Kamara.
So he has some games last year that were decent, and he has some games last year that were just garbage. So we'll see.
You're not relying on him in your starting lineup unless you really are strapped.
Plus, if Kamara goes down, he's definitely someone you want. So I mean, he's worth a late round shot if you have a spot. Need a running back. We'll get through the last three together. At 43, we have Nyheim Hines. 44, Jamal Williams. 45, Tony Pollard. All these guys are backups, really, on their respective teams. Hines will get some passing work. Jamal will get a little work. Tony Pollard might get a little bit of running work, sparing Zeke.
Yeah, I would agree.
They're guys you might take with a late round shot.
I don't know. It's just, I feel like these guys are kind of just, we know what they are.
Right.
Actually, maybe not Jamal Williams with the new opportunity in Detroit with Anthony Lynn. I think he is the most upside of this group, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a group that you are really clamoring to take.
No, not at all.
Rather take a chance on like a Trey Lance or something like that.
I would agree. So, I mean, that's our top 45 running backs for this year. Everyone else after that is pretty much undrafted. There's probably some guys we skipped over and didn't talk about. It's because we really don't believe in their fantasy upside this year.
Like Sony Michel.
Well, I wasn't even talking Sony Michel.
Le'Veon Bell.
More
Todd
Gurley.
Gurley,
who somehow still goes in like around 10 of sleeper drafts.
That's always fun.
Get it together, sleeper.
Yes.
So that's about our top 45. Hope you enjoyed. We will be back with some wide receiver rankings, and we'll do a joint quarterback tight end show. Hopefully soon.
All right. We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.